my best take, okay? But I recorded that like 8 times.
Damn. I'm sorry.
And then a whole lot of stuff happened around that story. But anyways, ooh, excuse me. I just ate Mexican. Wait. But I wanted to get on here because I didn't even want to drop this video, but okay, but for real, I didn't want to drop this video because I did not like it. And that's one of the hard balances of being an influencer, but also being a professional musician, because you want to post your best, but there's also like a space to be vulnerable online, right? Because there, like, some of you all look for the answers and have questions about certain things and don't feel like y'all are up to par to share anything, and so you end up not sharing at all. And I think that there is like some kind of harmony between both. And so for me, I have been focusing on like quality content more so, because last year I proved to myself that I can be consistent on YouTube for a year for the most part. And that was like a level. But then now there's space that I'm in now. Like if you, follow me on Instagram, you know that like I have been intentional with behind the scenes growing. And like growing where I'm planted at, and really not worrying about posting as much, because I'm really trying to be intentional about my time that I have off the kit and actually getting better at my craft, not just posting for social media. And so with that, it's caused me to like have a different time schedule. So I'm practicing way more. However, though, some of the things that I'm practicing, I may not have time to go over some of the songs as detailed or as in detail as I would like, with like for instance, Fill the Room. Like I went over that, but then like I would have like probably like a whole nother week with it. But because I really wanted to drop this video on my birthday, I was like, I have to stick to like what I said that I was gonna do. And yeah, like that's just where I'm at. I think that there is a good balance, and I think that also too is just like walking by faith. Like sometimes, for me personally, and I know me and my friends were talking about this, is like faith requires me to be like, okay, I'm still gonna be consistent on YouTube. I'm still gonna grow behind the scenes, and I'm still going to post my best takes. But there is a happy medium, and who's to say that like even in my mistakes that doesn't help somebody to see like, dang, like you recorded that 8 times and it was still, all of them was terrible to you. And then also another thing too, y'all, I use voices, and so I had turned on, this is not a paid ad. Anyway, I use voices, and I had tried to put on like their little smart metronome. Baby, it did not work, so I turned it off. And I was fighting the room that I was in, because it's not really treated. Then also, if I turn the track up in my ears to where I need it to be, then it's too loud on the mix. Then if I turn it down to where it's comfortable and it sounds great on the mix, then I can't hear it at all. So it was already hard. So I was literally, fighting like all of that. And so my friends convinced me to stick to my guns and to like post this video anyways. And so I hope that in me just like talking like this helps somebody to know like it's okay. Like even if a record label executive sees that video, I feel like I'm okay with them seeing that, because that's not the only piece of content that I have up. And then also at the same time, I feel like whatever is for you is for you, and like whatever door is open for you, no man can shut. So I could probably post a hot garbage, I ain't saying do this, but I'm just giving y'all context. I could probably post a hot garbage video, and then if God wants to send me to a certain place, God gonna do that regardless, and he don't need none of my marketing, he don't need none of my expertise to do it, because he is God and he is God alone. So the moral of this story is to, man, walk by faith, keep doing the thing that you know you're supposed to do that he told you last, and be okay with, with all of the things that come with it, the highs, the lows, the mids, all of that. And just know that, like, when it's your time, it's your time. And to be honest, it's always your time when you're in God's hand, because he's always working stuff out for your good and in your favor. So I hope that encouraged somebody. For real. It was something else I had to tell y'all, but I forgot. Oh, this was it. And this is the last time I'm going to say it. So when I started editing the video, and what originally that I had in my mind, the vision that I saw was I wanted to incorporate the live experience that I saw from the video, because one of the girls who sings, Taylor Butler, shout out to Taylor, man, she really poured into me one night, and just kind of encouraged me to kind of just be excellent in my craft and to keep pushing, and like always do what God tells you to do versus what somebody else says, and don't let what someone else thinks about you dictate how you obey God. Don't let what someone else's opinion is of you, or persona, or perception on what you should and shouldn't be doing dictate your obedience to God. And that really resonated with me. She didn't say it like that word for word, but that's kind of how it been settling in me. And so that song, Let Freedom Fill the Room, really like ministered to me, because it's like where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And I had been going through ups and downs like this because of like my practice time would be good and then it would be completely trash. And so I just took everything with how it came, and I recognized God in it all, and I realized that I needed every single part of it in order to produce a certain outcome. And when I started working on the video, y'all, forget that wasn't my best take, because baby, we'll do it again. I ain't gonna be with Moises, anyway. But there ain't no shade in them. They're awesome company. However, though, that ain't gonna work for me with the situation I got set up. I'm just saying. But when I started editing that video with my team, bro, and shout out to Life and Focus Media, y'all go follow them. Dude, it was like God was elevating me on other skills that were not just musical or drumming, because I do edit videos. I edit all of my videos. I have a team with me, but we work collaboratively. So wherever like I fall off, the other one normally can pick up, because we all kind of edit in the same way. But y'all, when I started editing that video, I was like, bro, this is dope. This is what we came for. And it was like, that made it worth the while. So even though that wasn't my greatest take, and I wasn't like 100% satisfied with it, I was 1,000% satisfied with the outcome of what came with me editing. And if I had not went through that, I wouldn't have edited that video, and I might not have discovered until way past later than God intended for me to level up in that way. So it kind of forced me to do that, and it took me like 3 hours, a little over 3 hours, almost 4. So I'm proud of that. And that was just, well, it took 3 hours for the first round, the foundational video. But yeah, so that's all I got, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you for supporting me. I'm not just saying this because that's what you're supposed to do. Part of it do be, but it's like, no. Doobie, that's the word? Doobie. Rolling doobies up. Who said that? Wiz Khalifa. I was gonna say the one, but okay, not distracted. But no, I really appreciate y'all, and I'm grateful for this place. I'm grateful for this space, and my heart's desire is that as I continue to grow, that I affect and impact women and girls around the world, that they can and will be everything that they dream of, including but not limited to a well-paid musician. And I also have learned through that journey that in order for me to do that, I have to be equipped in the more than a musician. And I think for musicians who have oftentimes tied their identity into what they do, that's a very thin line. It's a hard thing to kind of operate in, to shift gears. So yeah, that's just coming to territory. It's probably why my practice session was like terrible, but I'm grateful because that's what makes moments like this. And I really wanted to share this. I wanted to vlog this like raw. This is in real time. So yeah, and then like not just talking to the ladies, like to the fellas too, because some of y'all been rocking with me from day one, and I'm just very, very grateful. Some of y'all tag me in y'all stories. I read them. Like I read them. I take the time to read them. My team reads them, and it kind of hit different when you realize like you really are impacting people, especially like when people start sending you messages how they were sick and like all of these catastrophic things were happening to them, and then they were thinking about giving up because of certain things. And it just makes you realize that like you are not alone, you are not by yourself, you're not the only person going through what you're going through. Like, it's just community though is what's gonna keep you. Like, God created community, and I think that that's what we have here. And I'm gonna keep doing this until God tells me not to no more. And I'm just praying that whoever sees this, that it just helps you in some kind of way, and that you can share it with the next person. It ain't even really about the numbers no more. It's about the impact of one person. If one person liked this video and it changed their life, I've done my job. And that's just that, and I'm grateful for that. So it's your girl, Jazz Kelley, girl on drums. I'm about to head home. I got a little drive, probably about an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna shake it back though.